That's the air up there, nigga. Look, nigga, let me tell you something. Don't make no more kids, nigga. That bitch gonna be buying pussy like you after a while. If you don't know, nigga, don't ever brag on no mother what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you, nigga. Don't nobody want no kids with you.
Anton Daniels just responded to Corey Holcomb, disrespecting his daughter and his wife. And he looked like a hurt dad. He really do. He's gonna talk about how he gotta cancel all the trips for his daughter. He gotta cancel all the scheduled events for his daughter for the rest of the year because he don't know how she gonna recover, bro. And I mean this in all due respect. That's not the first time your daughter heard she was ugly, bro. Her being called ugly shouldn't take away from anything she doing if she have the support system and the father who's gonna reassure that she's a beautiful young lady. She doing good in school. She's on the Olympic team for the women her age. She's probably a straight A student. Nigga, don't get on here acting like a bitch, disguising it like I don't know what my daughter gonna do. No, fam, you don't know what you gonna do. You open Pandora's box, bringing that woman. You open Pandora's box when you said this was your plan all along. Now we know Corey Holcomb is a dirtbag. He said himself. So why would you want to get into verbal altercations online with a nigga who ain't got no limits? You said you thought kids was off limits. For whom? You disrespected this man in a way, he disrespects you in a way. You think he gonna respect your family? It's no love in war. But let's get into Anton Daniels' sob story about his daughter being called ugly.
I did come here for the drama. However you decide to handle your business, I support it. Children are off limits. Okay, well, I guess we can go ahead and get to it. I knew you wanted to know. So there's some people that are watching this right now that I remember used to being here all the time, and there was heavy supporters. And now I see that some of them are a little bit different.
I'm one of those people he talking about. About 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was a heavy supporter with Anton Daniels. But as you watch somebody, as more as you start talking to the people that's connected to him, that disconnected from him, you have a decision to make. I'm not, see, I carry my emotions and shit on my sleeves and on my shoulders. And when I'm starting seeing this particular man's character, I can't deal with it. And he gonna say it has revived some people's channel. This shit has most definitely revived my channel. I was off working, making my bag. I don't care about YouTube. And when it's died down, if I don't got another story, guess what? He gonna be right. I'm gonna be off this motherfucker.
Like, for example, Vatos Bulldog says, stop the cap like you didn't wake up ready to respond. I'm gonna speak to that. Vatos Bulldogs used to be a very, very heavy supporter of the show. But what I've realized is people will switch and change depending on how messy that they want you to be. So I'm gonna address this like this, because the thing that I tell people all the time is you never, ever, yeah, facts, fair weather friends. We know what it is. We've even revived some people's platforms with hate. But in a month,
I ain't gonna say it's been hate, not on here. It's been analysis and paralysis on your behavior, bro. Some people grow apart from these images or content influencers can grow apart. And as men, if you don't like something that another man stands for, what the fuck Anton think? Like he just this genuine dude everybody just is gonna cape to and support and admire for the you're not that dude for real niggas. Some people are on your level of thinking, and whatever you're doing is acceptable. That's not for everybody, bro. It's not for everybody. I stopped fucking with Anton, which I didn't have to announce this shit. You know what I'm saying? After the black comments, because shit, me being black is something I am first, but I ain't about to the pushing the victim mentality shit, being a contradiction, saying that, oh, he a Christian first, and basically denouncing himself as a black man, but then within this video, he gonna tell you how a black man supposed to raise his daughter and protect his daughter. You're a walking contradiction, bro. Walking contradiction, drama fed. I don't think you are a loyal friend based off the friends that you had that I didn't came in contact with who done spoke on your behalf in a negative light, women and men. And it's not some disgruntled employees. You have thousands of videos that can display who Anton Daniels is for people that used to fuck with him to make a choice to say, do I want to fuck with this particular individual again? And a lot of people mess with Anton Daniels because he's easily accessible, right? He got money and he got notoriety. So they feel like they can benefit off that, which some can. Could I have benefit off of that? I don't know. You feel me? Did I care? Obviously not. I'm my own man.
Those same platforms are going to have to figure out what else to talk about once this whole thing dies down. All right, but let me get to exactly what it is that y'all want to talk about. So, of course, I'm familiar, and of course, people were sending it to me yesterday and all of that, right? They were sending me everything about everything that was being said about my daughter and my wife and all of that stuff, right? And so the thing that I try to tell people on a regular basis is this: never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, let your emotions make you make illogical decisions. We are a thinking people now. We are evolving. We are no longer subjecting ourselves to the same rules as the streets, as the culture, as the thing that we criticize the most. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm not gonna make.
We're not subjecting ourselves to the same rules of the streets or the culture. But then, Anton, you're gonna contradict yourself and say, I thought women and children were off limits. Come on, bro.
Make it a long thing. I'm gonna be very, very clear, and we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna address it again. All right. So here's the thing. Since the beginning of time, I've always, my number one thing in life, above all, when I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only gonna have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right? And that is the purest thing that we can do, is that we can take care of our children. Our children are the ones that are our future. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter. USA team, at different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled across the world representing our country, and is probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now, of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the sweetest things to us, those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives. But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world from the world. And what this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child, all of our children eventually will have to see how ugly the world is. All of them. Regardless of how we feel, regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to see, will have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible, until they have to see what the world does, right? So this is what I'm gonna say.
Bro, and he's absolutely right. Your daughter's 17, 18 years old. You giving her a great life to travel the world, to see things most people haven't seen. I'm pretty sure your daughter has grown up pretty fast. Pretty fast mentally, meaning she see how evil this world is. She see how disrespectful these people can be. She might not have been a recipient of it, but she seen it. She watch her dad on YouTube going back and forth, cussing bitches out and shit, cussing niggas out. She see the character of her father on the internet. You are the first example of her seeing how fucked up this world can be.
My focus right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact, and trauma that has been done to my daughter. I pulling her out of school.
He trying to take this victim role. Your daughter is not a victim, bro. She only been called ugly, bro. She's only been called ugly, bro. She ain't getting no death threats. You ain't getting no death threats. It's not something she hasn't heard before, bro. But the victim, the nigga that always say black people being victims, is about to be a victim over his daughter. Over something that's so I could have, man. maybe it's not my daughter, so I don't understand. Maybe I'm being insensitive. But I'm like, or maybe he's seen more than what I seen. I'm just like, oh, he called her ugly. All right. We all shit, you get called ugly, bro. You should teach her how to like deal with that.
Early therapy, making sure that she is protected, trying to see what the fallout will be as far as her having to be removed from some of her competitions because of a lot of different things, including online bullying and psychological damage. There's a lot of fallout from what happens to my daughter's life because she is so accomplished. She has some of the greatest schools in the United States of America that has been seeking her out, scholarships, looking for her to join the team. She is on track to be a United States Olympian. She was supposed to be possibly in the next Olympics. And I don't know how damaging this is to her psyche. I don't know. Who knows? This can be a lifetime of damage. We don't know what butterfly effect things that we do to our children. And the one thing that most fathers, black fathers,
I could tell Anton Daniels a good dad because he really overreacting on this shit. But the overreaction could be warranted. It could be valid. Like you said, he poured into his daughter. So I don't necessarily blame him, but I'm like, bro, is it that serious? What am I missing something, bro? Am I truly missing something, bro?
try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected. That's what we do. As fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never, ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children. No. No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want.
Then I think it's a bit manipulative too. Unless she's 17, yeah, she underage, but let her ass go commit a crime, they're gonna charge her as a goddamn dope. But if your daughter 18 years old, bro, or about to be 18, like she about to be a dope, and I think that doesn't lessen the blow. But like when you say underage, you putting it out there to your fans, like, damn, he attacked a child, like a child. When we think child, we thinking like under 15, under, you know what I'm saying, under 14. You know what I'm saying? We ain't thinking like the young adolescents becoming an adult, getting to that stage. You know, at 17, you can goddamn go to college. But I understand what he's saying, but it's just still like pushing that underage. Why you just don't say her age? 17, 18. Unless she's just a brilliant young girl, which I don't doubt, and she's 16 in the as a senior. I'm pretty sure she's a pretty brilliant young lady.
Anything to happen to our children. Under no circumstance. And so I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't really understand the impact.
I don't.
And I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. We don't always know what the impact is to our children. We don't know the psychological damage, the emotional damage, the wreck that happens in their lives when other people go after children. I thought that children was off limits, but I guess not. I guess not. So my number one concern, and I'm gonna say this, and again, this is for all of the civil, awesome Black people out there and people in the United States of America that
see that there he go, trying to identify Black, trying to enter this. I don't think this nigga do he be trolling when he said he ain't Black? Or he don't give a fuck about the Black community? Because why do you have to preference the Blackness, especially in this situation?
want to ensure that their children are protected. My number one goal is to always try to figure out how I can protect my underage child.
There you go with that underage again.
My underage child. That's all I care about. I could have never imagined in 1,000 years the psychological damage and the impact, the cries that I had to hear,
Yo, this nigga lying, bro. What's today? Man, your daughter was goddamn sleep, man. It Wednesday, dog. She wasn't up at no goddamn... Man, come on, man. She was crying because the nigga called her ugly. I might... Maybe she was, bro. She a girl. Maybe she was, bro. I'm trying to think from my perspective and how I was raised. And that's all we did. I'm from Louisiana. All we did is talk about each other. Your mama's so fat. When she walk in the house, she come out the back door. Your mama's so fat. When she walk through the front door, she come out the back door. Your mama's so Black. You know what I'm saying? You so fat. You so skinny. Your teeth so this. Your teeth. You so ugly. We that built character. So you telling me this particular situation had your daughter bawling out her eyes because she heard somebody online call her ugly? Maybe she was crying because it appears that you cheating on her mother with Mika. Maybe she was crying about that. Maybe that psychological damage plays a role in, on top of her being called ugly, on top of her seeing your wife resurface and saying that I don't know if Anton has killed somebody, but he's capable. Maybe your daughter has taken all that into consideration, but you're only focused on what was said about her.
My immediate concern was, oh my God, who do I call? But I couldn't call anybody because everything was closed at the time.
Call who for what?
So immediately pulling her out of school, immediately making sure that I go and assess the damage, trying to figure out if we're able to get her into the same competitions. Coming up, she literally just texted me probably less than 48 hours ago. All of the different competitions that she had lined up for this year. We were supposed to go to Great Britain. We were supposed to go to a lot of places. I don't know if we can still do that. I don't know if that's possible. Because I don't know if she has the, their brain isn't even fully developed. Literally.
I don't get it, bro.
So crazy.
To me, this shit sounds like...
She had just sent me her pictures.
It sounds like some bullshit. It sounds like a cop-out. This sounds like I don't want to go down this road with Corey Holcomb, so let me just end it here. Which is fine. But this sounds like a weak fucking man, boy. Man, I don't know, man. Is it weak, or is it just a over caring dad that don't know what to do within this situation that he caused? I don't know, man.
Her senior pictures, and she had also sent her schedule. Literally, this was yesterday at 10:22 p.m.
I'm done with this shit. Y'all tell me what I think, because What y'all think? Cause I don't know. I might be being a little insensitive, but my nigga, your daughter got called ugly, bro. That's it. And if you, I don't know, we had a schedule. All right, bro. All right. I'm praying for your daughter, bro. Because I think I think he's actually Anton Daniels, and I think he's doing an incredible job with his daughter. Incredible job. Maybe you need to work on help building the self-esteem if this is so damaging that you got to go get a therapist or pull it out of her goddamn fucking competition, which I doubt it. I really think Anton's daughter has thick motherfucking skin. I could be wrong, but it seems like the parent Anton has thick skin in the mother. So usually that falls down to the children, especially when it's just one child. We know how the kids that no, well she might not. Well, I don't know. What y'all think?